Hey guys, so today I am bringing out my recipe for my lemon bars. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. Let's go. First, I'm going to start by preheating the oven to 350, and over here I'm just going to grease my pan generously, and I just use this for like a base for my parchment paper so that it stays nice and put. Like, nobody likes parchment paper that smooths all over the place. And in my bowl, I'm just going to go ahead and add my 2 cups of flour. Make sure you sift your flour. We don't want no clumps, baby. And I am using like cold butter. You don't need it to be like cold like for biscuits. You just need it to be cold enough that it's not like melting or anything like that. So you just want to use some cold butter, and we're just going to use 2 forks to just cut it up. Now if you're fancy, you got a pastry cutter, go on boo, use that pastry cutter. For me, I'm just using 2 forks. We're breaking up the fat right now. Ooh, look at me getting all technical with my terms. Yes. Alright, so now at this point you can go ahead and add your sugar. I won't tell you how much. You're going to have to look in the description box. Now you can't really see this part, but I am adding some salt. You need some salt to balance out all that sweetness. And we're going to go ahead and use our hands and just mix in there nicely. Now make sure your hands are clean. Now I know you ain't going to be digging up all up in your nose and coming up in here and putting that in there. No, we're not going to do that. Alright, so at this point it looks like sand and it is ready. So you're just going to go ahead and pour that into your baking sheet, and we're just going to use our hands to just spread this out. And at first it may seem like it's difficult, but the heat from your hands is actually going to help this spread a little bit easier. So it's going to come together like the beautiful little crust that you need on the bottom of those lemon bars. Okay, so now this is what it should look like after you done played with it with all your hands for this long, okay? And now you're ready to go into the oven for about 15 to 20 minutes until the edges are golden brown. In my bowl here, I just have 4 eggs that I'm just beating ever so gently. And I'm just going to go ahead and add my freshly squeezed lemon juice. You want to make sure you add freshly squeezed lemon juice. Don't use the bottle stuff. It's not the same thing. I don't care what anyone says. You just go ahead and whisk it. You want to make sure you incorporate all of those flavors together. Okay, so now you're ready to add the sugar, and I know it looks like a lot, but it's really not. I think it's the angle of the camera, okay? It's really not that much sugar, okay? So now you're just gonna go ahead and mix that in there. Make sure you mix your sugar thoroughly. You do not want those little crystals of sugar filling that in there. No, that's not cute. Go ahead and mix that nicely in there with the lemon, and it's just gonna go ahead. This is actually my personal favorite part, is adding some lemon zest in there. Do not skip this part. The lemon zest just adds an extra oomph to this recipe, okay? So go ahead and add some lemon zest in there. I'm using the zest of all the lemons that I used. So it's quite a bit of lemon zest, but they call it lemon pies for a reason, okay? Or lemon bars, lemon pies, whatever you want to call them. Whatever works for me. Now my crust is finally ready. When it starts to look like this, then you know that it is ready for you to add the custard on there. You do not want to burn this because you were just sort of like pre-cooking it a little bit. And now I'm just going to go ahead and add my filling in there. And if you were like me, you probably have like a little lopsided pastry. Just move that around. It's going to bake in nicely. You know, the eggs and all that, the custard will really set. So don't worry too much about that, how it looks right now. As long as it sort of looks like everywhere, you have a little bit of filling everywhere, you'll be just fine. And we're gonna go back into the oven for 20 minutes. Once it comes out of the oven, just go ahead and pop that in the fridge for about 30-40 minutes. And when it comes out, you're ready to put some powdered sugar on it. Just go ahead and sprinkle and just have a field day with this, honey. I love a lot of powdered sugar. You don't have to put quite as much, but I think it just makes it look super duper pretty. You can decorate with like a rind of like lemon or mint or whatever. Or if you're just like me, we like to keep it simple. Okay, now here's my favorite part. Not really, but when you're cutting into those lemon bars, you need to hear the noise from the crust. The crust needs to be nice and crunchy, so you can sort of hear the crust is sort of cracking through, and the top should be like a nice firm sort of custard. So none of that juice, none of extra running stuff. And you want to make sure you cut as many slices of this as you can to stretch them, because when somebody tries one, they want a second one, the third one, and those corner pieces. Yes, honey, I tell you, you cannot have just one, okay? This is like you sit down pour yourself a nice cup of tea and enjoy these lemon bars. And I'll see y'all next time. Thank you so much for watching. Later.